Hello, everyone. It's Brown, and I think it's about time we do another voice update. It's been some time since the last one. I believe it was back in January. So, for those unaware, ProphetBots is an all-in-one trading platform and the most powerful degen trading algorithm with full automation and the leading revenue share model in the space. We're paving the way and leading as a first mover in the trading bot area of the market in automation and finding the trades for you. So essentially, we do all the hard work, you just enjoy the profits. It's been some time. I've done, plenty of text updates, I think, daily at this point, but we are right around the corner from the Autosniper, so I thought it'd be a good opportunity to do a voice update, go through a few topics, and answer some frequent questions I see that are occurring in Lounge. I haven't really written anything down, so we'll kind of be, what's the word, getting off the top of my head on this one. But it should be fun, should be interesting, and there's lots to discuss. So let's begin with the Autosniper updates. So for those of you who've seen my Twitter, today I released a post about some of the smaller, more niche updates we've been doing. These are the sort of nook and cranny updates, if you will. They're like polishing kind of things that make the whole user experience much smoother. The priority with this is that we're driving profit to users. And it's this kind of attention to detail, in my opinion, that gives us the edge over, any competitors or anyone trying to do anything similar anytime soon. And it's, I think, especially with, as I said in the tweet, it sounds gimmicky, but literally building in an autonomous money printer, it's this attention to detail that really pays off. So I'll begin running through those. I'm sure most of you have already read it, but to begin with, we've introduced a max GUI cap. So essentially, as we're going into the bull market, there's often lots of GUI spikes. I think last time we did some testing, we saw it up to 400 GUI, which is just ridiculous, right? And we don't want users spending, that can be like a $300, $400 swap. We don't want users having the Autosniper running during those conditions, just buying tokens that, they need some X to return on that $400 swap. And so this max GUI cap will pretty much put a limit to that. You can enter in, say, I don't want the Autosniper to snipe anything above 90 GUI, and it'll then operate from there while still monitoring all of your sales. So if you've got the cap on and GUI is 170 and your cap is at 90, but your take profit hits, it'll still make the sale for you. And, not to mention as well that I think that, and the data points towards, less long-term projects will be launching during those conditions. The launch hour and launch day is really, really important from experience, right? And it's really important that you get it right. So I think there's a lot less projects with a long-term vision that would be launching during those huge spikes. I think one of the only anomalies I can think of would be like if Elon released a new product, right, and someone creates a token and be the first token with that name. But overall, it'll cut out those shitters, as we call them as a team. And not only that, but it'll also greatly reduce your E spent on gas. So the next thing is WebSocket. I kind of look at it as like a casino. You want to see, numbers constantly appearing, changing. You want to see what's going on, right? And WebSocket does just that. It makes it so your profits, your P&Ls, your percentages, the prices of the tokens update automatically. You don't want it to just be constantly sit there, control R-ing, clicking the refresh button, right? It's very unsatisfying and it takes away from the user experience. So WebSocket will essentially smoothen that out and it'll update these things in real time. It might seem like a small thing, but it's that kind of thing I think that really adds up and gives us the edge and just overall user experience, right? Next thing is the primetime mode. Now, users were aware of this, I think, about 1 or 2 weeks ago, but primetime mode is, again, something that we've been focusing on in just that extra small thing to drive as much profit towards users as possible, especially those with less bankroll than others. So the primetime mode will only allow the Autosniper to make buys during hours with most volume and the highest rate of profitability. So that is from what we found, 4 p.m. to 2 a.m. UTC. Right now, that's for all days, but from what I'm finding, that should exclude weekends. Weekends typically, for some reason, I can't get my head around it, why, but the weekends see less volume. In fact, I don't know why. I'd assume it's because there's much more news events during weekdays, like Web2 news events, which can often cause volume during the week rather than the weekends when none of these Web2 companies are working. But anyway, so yeah, that will exclude certain hours. So your Autosniper will only be running during optimal hours, optimal deployments, and so on. Next thing is let me get my tweet back up. Just clicked off at 2 seconds. The next thing is, this is more so actually the overall trading bot, but is instant contract adjust grabbing. So what I mean by that is, for those of you that have used Maestro and Banana, they do it really well. It's quite smooth in how you go into the bot, paste the contract address, bang, you'll buy the buy and sell menu. You just click how much you want to buy or how much you want to sell, right? And that's really key, especially in this space when, before you know it, a project's just been, their marketing wallet's been hacked or some developer's gone rogue. You've got the notifications on Twitter. You want to act first. Quickly go to ProphetBots, paste the CA, bang, you sold or bought the token, right? And those entry and exit speeds can really add up. Again, another small thing, but it adds up, as I just said. And those are more of the niche updates. We did some beta testing. We've done a few beta tests actually on the Autosniper with the AI tier, and one of the in the most recent one, once we've smoothed out all the functionality and everything was working super smooth, the biggest issue was user experience. Now, keep in mind we were doing this on solely Telegram, not the terminal. So the Telegram, we are limited to the capabilities of how, what's the word? The thing is, the Autosniper needs to be worked on scale, right? And you're going to be having hundreds and hundreds of transactions over time. And monitoring those trades on Telegram just really isn't ideal. You can click on, say, one of our buttons, view active trades. And so what? 200 trades are going to be printed with all your buy price, sell price, current profit. It's just unfeasible. We've built it out for Telegram, though personally, I would advise going via our terminal, right? There's only so much we can do with the user experience on a scalable product like this on Telegram. But we have been spending this last week as well, making sure that every angle is covered on Telegram anyway, for those who want to do it extra quick on the move on their phone. So that's been fleshed out. But again, the terminal will be fully fleshed out, fully working, fully operational on your phone anyway. So it's sort of been getting that to be, you load it up, you can quickly see, okay, these 10 trades all maybe now at a 30x, I'm up about 7 ETH on these trades. The other ones look like rugs. I'm going to get these, it looks like it might not break its take profit. I want to one-click sell these, right? So that's been a big focus recently too. And finally, since our last beta testing, I think it was about a week ago or so, we've been working on the Autosniper integration from the back end into the front end of the terminal. That's been quite a job. We're pretty much there, and all's looking good. With that being complete, I then want to, quickly get that onto the AI tier guys to start doing their testing as well. Have a few of you guys involved too, and then I'm going to push it out to all the partners, calls, etc. And just for clarity, the wider interest in this product is honestly incredible. Whether you see, these people talking about it on Twitter or not, most of these guys you would follow on Twitter, right, with hundreds of thousands of followers, are honestly all wanting to give the product a go and have a try before it's released and that kind of thing. And so I think that speaks volumes. And a few of them will be getting access, and they can talk about their experience on Twitter, which I think should be really good for the wider awareness of ProphetBots. From now, I would say we're, as you know, I'm allergic to giving release dates since our launch. But I think we're probably a week or two out from now. Things are going super well. It's from how long people have been waiting for this. I think, it's worth it to spend that extra time just making sure everything is perfect, right? I don't want to release it until all the people on our team, all the people who have tested it said, okay, this is fucking amazing, right? I don't want this to be a sell the news event. I want this to be an event where this gets released. P&Ls are everywhere. Everyone in the lounge is going crazy. One of our snipes, everyone's up like 70, 80, 90x on, right? And that euphoria also speaks volumes, right? That gets spread across groups. That brings more eyeballs. And not only that, profit to your MetaMask and your wallet, right? I think that's really, really important. So yeah, to reiterate, I think we're maybe 1 or 2 weeks out, but from now until then, content. You'll be seeing plenty of development updates most days. Would like to get some of you guys involved. And I think we're going to do, and I need to schedule it, but we're going to do an AMA and most likely like a live stream. I don't know what the latest we've stood on Twitch or however it works now, but I'll do a live stream of running through the terminal itself, making some snipes, showing you guys how it works, and showing you guys what you can have your hands on right around the corner. So that'll be really, really fun. I didn't plan to speak on this, but I will anyway. The other thing that been going crazy on behind the scenes are these router partnerships in general, in generating revenue for you guys. So that's essentially just having ETH generated outside of our ecosystem that's driven back to profit holders, right? So we're not limited to our confinements of what our roadmap currently consists of. The revenue share comes after Autosniper, but I'd like to think we'll have a pretty nice bankroll built up by the time it starts. So the release date of revenue share, there's a big old chunk for you guys to claim, which should also be super fun. I mean, not to go on a bit of a tangent, but this whole building ProphetBots has been so rewarding. It's been so fun. The whole team are really, really motivated at the moment. We're loving what we're building. We know is going to be all over this place, all over Twitter. And I think that brings a lot of satisfaction to not only myself, but all the developers as well. And it's great to see. So on that note, why don't we, just running through quickly the things I've got written down, why don't we go through the future of ProphetBots? Right, so I've spoken about this a few times in various tweets. Sorry, I'm just seeing the timing of this video. I won't ramble on for too much longer, but I've spoken about this a few times on some tweets, but never spoken about it on video. In my eyes, I see the Autosniper and I see what we're building right now to be proof of concept of what's possible in trading algorithms, utilizing data, looking at ETH shitters, right? And there's a way to monetize these. There's a lot of volume going into them. It's like, how do you harness as much profit from them as possible and getting that edge over people who aren't using these tools or don't have this data set or don't have this algorithm that we have? It's figuring out the way to leverage that best. So I think that's kind of the baseline of where the future of ProphetBots will take us is, we don't just have to be an Autosniper. We don't have to be a trading bot. I think that's quite limiting to how far we can go. I mean, the Autosniper realistically, with how many, yesterday was 200 ERC deployment and only a certain amount of volume. Let me quickly get it up, hold on. So yesterday, 188 tokens launched and there was 155 million volume. That's a good amount of volume, but 200 tokens launched, it's not a ton. And that kind of says some things about, what is the ceiling of an Autosniper and how many people can truly profit from it, right? And I'm very, very conscious of that. And so I think, turn that silent. And I think, as I said, this is just, a proof of concept of where we can then build from. I think Tau or BitTensor, I hope I pronounced that right, have set a really good precedent in scaling their utility. And I'm quite inspired by how they do they allow users to, I hope I'm getting this right, have their own, how do I word this? I want to get this right and see if I'm getting it wrong, but you can essentially acquire a node on their subnet, and projects can then buy this subnet for, I think it's $2 million worth in their native token of Tau, and then build a project from that. I think that that's a really good idea for ProphetBots, right? Where users can, or not users, but projects can acquire whatever it might be, 50 to 100,000 profit tokens, and have access to our algorithms, our data, and build their own trading algorithms or trading project from it, right? Have their own business from our data. I think that's a really good idea that's catered more towards businesses or big whales. But then at the same time, there's so much more we can do for the smaller holders, right? I think we're like 30 million market cap right now, right? And 1,400 holders. Not to shit on us, but 1,400 holders really isn't too much. I'd imagine that the average holdings for ProphetBots in terms of USD value is probably far higher than most projects out there, especially at this market cap, right? So I've lost my train of thought. So I think, the idea is after this, the Autosniper and RevShare and AI Sniper release, is to start looking towards mass market, for people to hold profit as an investment rather than becoming tiered based, right? Because I do think we are limited in that aspect. And that will certainly be the next few steps, whether it's building a layer 1 or a layer 2, right? Where users can build on top of our data, on top of our software. That's when it becomes really exciting, like really, really exciting. That's when, my Twitter bio is out the window and we're going way higher. Not to bang on about that, but yeah, there's so much to do. I've said this again before as well, that the narrative in crypto is always 99% of people trading, making money. Where's the value? What if we're the project that brings you that value, has the data, shows you where the value is, pinpoints it, feeds it to you, and I think it's pretty attractive to a lot of the space. Whereas some other narratives come and go pretty quickly. So ProphetBots is here to stay. I think we're super young. We're only 7 months old, right? So much to do. It's really, really exciting. I think what's getting me really excited is whenever it might be, maybe in April, May, whenever we're done with the Autosniper, AI Sniper, and RevShare, is releasing our new roadmap, exactly what's going to happen. It should be, oh God, it honestly gets me really excited. Okay, I should really wrap this up, but I'll go through a few. I've got 2 on the top of my head, 2 questions on the top of my head that seem to be recurring. So, okay, so first thing is RevShare for all holders, or RevShare for, most holders, whether it might be just $200 worth of holdings. Okay, so this just doesn't work. I don't want to be close-minded towards it, but it's a concept that's been tried and tested on probably hundreds of projects by now, right? I've looked into dozens personally. It does not work. People on ETH who are spending $200 for a swap aren't interested by seeing a $200 monthly RevShare distribution for themselves. It doesn't tick their box. It's not interesting. It's not marketable, and it just is not an exciting model, and it does not work. I want RevShare to be something that isn't just, it's becoming a buzzword right now. Like, the project's got RevShare, oh, big whoop. The project's got staking, big whoop. These are things that are just at the bare minimum at this point. But I'd like our RevShare to actually be something that actually stands out. You're getting like a big 10, 20 grand paycheck every month from all the ongoings at ProphetBots, just for holding, right? I don't want it to be something, I don't want it to be dust in your wallet. And having that for all holders, whilst it might attract the smaller people in, like, the 20 profit buys, might add up. I think it's pretty marginal compared to the current model we have at the moment. And not to mention, I think, whilst I wouldn't want to go back on it anyway, going back on it would really hurt holder sentiment. If I'm a holder, I've just paid, 60 grand, 2,000 tokens for, I wanted RevShare access, and suddenly Brown's taking it down to, you only need 500. The first thing I'm doing is selling that 1,500. It hurts price action, it hurts candles, it hurts holder sentiment. It wouldn't be the smartest idea. And again, I hope I don't sound too close-minded on that. I just think it's just unwise, to be honest. But I'm open to criticism, discussions on it, but I think that should be a pretty clear one, which most of you would agree on. But yeah, and the second thing, token taxes, transfer tax. Believe you me when I say this, I despise the transfer tax. I hate it. It makes no sense. It's pretty much, again, I could not be more bullish on ProphetBots, but I'm going to shit on ourselves for a second here. it essentially decentralizes security, right? It punishes users who want to move money to a cold storage, right? So I fully understand why it's ridiculous. I hate it. Okay, and then speaking for buyers and sell taxes, currently we need them. As you can see from our rev share model, we literally give 99.9% of the bot revenue away, say for Autosniper revenue and so on. So the tax right now we do need, but I've been working on a bunch of growth and revenue generation methods behind the scenes that just need executing on. But upon that being executed on, all our tax will be completely gone, down to 0%, which I think is about time for a project of our size at this point. And again, it's something that takes us beyond these levels into the more interesting levels. So I just want to confirm that will come. I agree with you. I want that to happen. And for the meantime, in terms of transfer tax, I've been speaking about this with a bunch of the IoT guys recently. We're just so busy, but I need to figure out a way we can refund. So if you want to move, say, 10,000 tokens to cold storage, I go into you send me the transactions. I go on to find how much to refund you and send you those tokens. It's a lot of admin because someone needs to manage that, and we're all super busy right now. But I promise you, I will get to that, and then we'll be done. So you can rest easy at night. And sorry, one more thing. Finally, the ticker. For a marketing guy and someone who cares so much about PR, branding, I'm so anally retentive, literally about every single character in a fucking tweet. I cannot believe we've launched with a 7-character ticker. And for those of you who aren't aware, a 7-character ticker essentially means that you don't have a cash tag, right? Which is huge on Twitter. Crypto's all on Twitter, and we don't have a cash tag. So I'm discussing a few methods and ways around this with a few people, but that'll also be fixed for those wondering. I think we're at that stage now where we can start thinking really about big picture, exciting things, and getting that damn 7 ticker down to 3 or 4 letters is definitely one. So yeah, I hope that covers a lot of questions, interest into what's been going on. And yeah, hopefully I didn't speak too quick. I know I tend to do that, but would love to do another one of these soon. And yeah, awesome. I'll probably do a mini text write-up as well for this, for those who can't or don't want to listen, but at this point in the video, so it's pointless. Yeah. All right, guys, good speaking, and we'll speak soon.